Welcome back. This is week 3 of running our demo account just to showcase what I generally look at and what I recommend you guys paying attention to, and really just looking at the data that we pay attention to and that I think is relevant for everyone. So we can see here on this chart, we started this back on November 4th. Today is actually November 23rd, which is a Sunday. The graphs do not update over the weekends. The market is closed from 5 p.m. Eastern time on Friday through Sunday. It will open back up at 5 p.m. So it's closed for 4 to 8 hours. While it's closed, you won't see the chart updating. Your bots won't be updating. Basically, the market's paused and our system is paused. If you make changes during these times, it won't go into effect until the market updates. So if you're adding and deleting bots, you won't necessarily see those until the market opens and the system can then execute those trades and those changes. So if we take a look at the last week, it was a good week. There was a lot of positive movement. We can see that the NAV increased 5%. And again, the net asset value is your balance plus or minus your unrealized gains, what your bots are currently operating at. And you can always get a quick glance of what that is in the positions. We can see that we're using about $5,600 of margin, currently just about flat from the profit and loss standpoint. And our overall profit, this is not just for the week, this is of all time. We've generated $2,400 in exits. This does not include the finance charges or finance credits that you get on a daily basis. So one way to look at this is in the balance, if you highlight over that, we can see that the Epic Flow balance changed by $1,800. That's the same as you see here. But if you had deposited money, sometimes there's promotional things from Oanda. You can actually get paid for unused margin, the interest on that. Your balance will grow and you'll see that change in there, but you can always hover over to see exactly what Epic Flow has generated. So if we take a look at the emails throughout the week, we can see that over this last week, we had quite a few exits. And again, these exits will highlight, the gain, the profits that you've received, the financing that was credited, or if you had a run that was a negative finance charges, you'll see that as a negative number and what your overall profit is. And again, at the end of each week, we will send a summary. And that summary will be for that specified week. And you'll see each of your bots, how many runs it had, basically how many exits it's had during that time. And even though you will have some bots sometimes running with no exits, it can still generate revenue for you via the financing credit. So quick summary for this week, we had about 1.8% growth on the balance. That's not too bad for 1 week. And the other thing I wanted to show you is some bots, some positions charge you a finance fee, and we can see that here. Now, if you wanted to look at specific runs that had exited during the week, you can come to the run summary, and we can see here that over the past week, we've had a handful of runs. This took 14 days to exit. The next one took 4 hours. The next one, 4 hours, and then another day and a half, a little bit more than a day and a half, and one was just a little under 2 hours. So we can see that each one of these is generating a nice percentage run. We can always dip in and we can look at the specifics of that run, as well as you can download each trade individually if you're interested in that. All right, that's week 3. We'll be back for week 4 and take a look at this as well. Happy trading.